Hi, welcome into another day and another lesson in A Course in Miracles. Today we are on lesson 133, I will not value what is valueless. And that is following up from lesson 132, I loose the world from all I thought it was. I loose the world from all I thought it was. So before we get into not valuing what is valueless, let's take a moment to get into this present moment, closing your eyes or settling your gaze a few inches in front of you. Perhaps relaxing the shoulders. Having a straight spine. If you happen to be sitting up. And definitely not driving or trying to multitask meditation with anything else. So if you're doing something else, that's okay. Just perhaps focus on the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Seeing about elongating the exhale for just a few seconds longer than your inhale, but making both nice and slow, gentle breaths. Activating your rest and digest system with that exhale being longer than the inhale. Resting in God, and then allowing ourselves to digest this material that we're going to receive today, allowing it to nourish us, feed our soul. Or that capital S, self. One last breath here. And as you're ready, wiggling your fingers and your toes, gently bringing your attention back to the space. As we get into not valuing what is valueless. So sometimes in teaching there is a benefit. And particularly after you've gone through what seems theoretical and far from what the student has actually already learned, to bring the student back to practical concerns. This is what we're going to do today. This lesson is not going to be speaking of lofty, world-encompassing ideas, but dwell instead on the benefits to you. Here's the thing, you do not ask too much of life. You ask far too little. When you let your mind be drawn to bodily concerns, to things that you buy, to eminence as valued by the world, you ask for sorrow, not for happiness. This course does not attempt to take you from the little that you have. It does not try to substitute utopian ideas for satisfactions which the world contains. There are no satisfactions in the world. Today, we list the real criteria by which to test all things that you think you want. Unless they meet these sound requirements, they are not worth desiring at all. For they can but replace what offers more. The law that governs choice you cannot make, no more than you can make the alternatives of what we're choosing from. The choosing you can do, and indeed you must. But it is wise to learn the laws that you set in motion when you choose, and what alternatives you choose between. So we've already stressed there are but two. However many choices there appears to be, the range is set, and this we cannot change. It would be most ungenerous to let alternatives be limitless and thus delay your final choice until you'd considered all of them in time and not been brought so clearly to the place where there is but one choice that must be made. So it's actually generous that there's only two to choose from, no matter how many we think that there are. Another kindly and related law is that there is no compromise in what your choice must bring. Each choice you make brings everything to you or nothing. Therefore, if you learn the tests by which you can distinguish what's everything from nothing, you will make the better choice. First, if you choose a thing that will not last forever, what you choose is valueless. A temporary value is without all value. Time can never take away value that is real. What fades and dies was never there and makes no real offering to whoever chooses it. That means that we're just being deceived by nothing in a form that we think we like. Next, so here's the second criteria. If you choose to take a thing away from someone else, you will have nothing left. And this is because when you deny another person's right to everything, you have denied your own right to everything. You therefore will not recognize the things you really have, denying that those things are there. So who seeks to take away has been deceived by an illusion that loss can offer gain. That if I take something from you, I'm going to gain it. Yet loss must offer loss, and nothing more. Your next consideration is the one on which the others rest. Why is the choice you make of value to you? What attracts your mind to it? What purpose does it serve? Here is the easiest of all to be deceived. For what the ego wants, it fails to recognize. It does not even tell the truth as it perceives it, for the ego needs to keep the halo, which it uses to protect its goals from tarnish and from rust, because we want to be able to see how innocent our egos are. Yet, is its camouflage a thin veneer, which could deceive but those who want to be deceived or are content to be deceived? Its goals are obvious to anyone who cares to look for them. Here is deception doubled, for the one who is deceived will not perceive that they've merely failed to gain. What we're going to believe is that we have served the ego's hidden goals. And yet, though we try to keep the halo clear within our vision, still must we perceive that it has tarnished edges and its rusted core. Our ineffectual mistakes appear as sins, right? So another's ineffectual mistakes are going to appear as sins to us because we look upon the tarnish as our own. The rust, a sign of deep unworthiness within ourselves. We who would preserve the ego's goals and serve them as our own makes no mistakes. We don't make mistakes according to the doctrine of our guide. If it's the ego, no such thing as a mistake. This guidance teaches that it is error to believe that sins are but mistakes. For who would suffer for our sins if this were so? Right? Then we would have no need to suffer and we wouldn't need to punish anyone. And so we come to the criterion for choice that is the hardest to believe because its obviousness is overlaid with many levels of obscurity. If you feel any guilt about your choice, you have allowed the ego's goals to come between the real alternatives. And thus you do not realize that there are but two. And the alternative you think you chose seems fearful and too dangerous to be the nothingness that it really is. All things are valuable or valueless. All things are worthy or not of being sought after at all. Entirely desirable or not worth the slightest effort to obtain. Choosing is easy just because of this. Complexity is nothing but a screen of smoke, so when it seems like we're all confused and we don't know what to do and we're trapped in the middle, it's a screen of smoke which hides the very simple fact that no decision can be difficult. What is the gain to you in learning this? That no decision can be difficult. It is far more than merely letting you make choices easily and without pain. Heaven itself is reached with empty hands and open minds, which come with nothing to find everything and claim it as their own. Right? So how are we going to reach God's reality? Open minds, empty hands, and to find everything and to claim it as our own. We will attempt to reach this state today with self-deception laid aside and with an honest willingness to value but the truly valuable and the real. Our 2 extended practice periods of 15 minutes each begin with this: I will not value what is valueless, and only what has value do I seek, for only that do I desire to find. And then receive what waits for everyone who reaches, unencumbered, to the gate of heaven, which swings open as we come. Should we begin to let ourselves collect some needless burdens, or to believe that we see some difficult decisions facing us, we want to be quick to answer with this simple thought: I will not value what is valueless, for what is valuable belongs to me. So let's get started with our 15-minute practice period. Once I get it started, I will read the first statement. I mean, there is so much in here. I can probably do like a 30-minute commentary on this, but we're going to see what we receive with empty hands and open minds to claim that everything that is ours, what is valuable, belongs to us. So let's get started. Repeating this to yourself after me: I will not value what is valueless, and only what has value do I seek, for only that do I desire to find. beautiful, beautiful practice and lesson. I will not value what is valueless, for what is valuable belongs to me. Wow. I hope you had such a great experience of that practice. Wow, a lot of things. Running things by that criteria certainly does clear things up and simplify things. Yep, so if it's something that will not last forever, it's valueless. If you choose to take something from someone else, that's only going to be loss. Yeah, what it is that attracts, right? And where is it coming from? Where is this goal coming from, right? Is it coming from a place of fear? Is it coming from my ego? Is it coming from that place of guilt? Anyway, let's let things be simple. Complexity doesn't have to be a smokescreen. There's just so much I love in here. The very simple fact that no decision can be difficult if we know what we're really choosing. Much love, and I'll look forward to joining with you tomorrow as we move into lesson 134.